Hello and welcome to the true ending of the Heaven's Fear route. I'm gonna start where where it branches off to the normal end and to the true end, I believe. And instead of using a projection to help Ryder, we're gonna wait for our chance to strike. Ryder! I trust her. I have to trust her and wait. How would rushing in to attack Saber help now? What could I possibly do with a projection I've been keeping at the ready? We've already decided our battle plan. Ryder accepted it and recognized me as her temporary master. So, I need to. Saber slices through the empty air. Ryder's already retreated out of her range. As far as possible. She withdraws to the very edge of the cave. Saber doesn't give a chase. Her legs are bound in Ryder's chains. That's why Ryder was kneeling. She persistently attacked Saber's upper body, but used her last move to chain her legs and drive the daggers into the ground, restricting her mobility. You think this is enough to stop me? Magical energy surges through Saber's whole body. Rather than lightning, she easily destroys the chains. But it's too late. It was only a 2-second delay, but that was more than enough time for Ryder to wind up. A noble phantasm. 50 meters separate them. Seeing the distance between them, Saber instantly divines Ryder's intent. She only has one way to counter it. She answers Ryder's ultimate attack with her own. That's pretty much the same we have seen. But we are now at this point without having used the projection. And well, maybe Shiro can do more at the end. Anyway, let's continue. There's a torrent of dark light. The wind coils and Saber's sword glows red hot. The comet will likely attack in 1 second. She deploys her strongest noble phantasm to cleave through Ryder's pure white light. Ryder shifts her posture. The summoning circle is complete. A giant red eyeball appears in front of her. Come at me, Ryder. Saber shifts her blade sideways. Starlight coalesces and rotates, achieving criticality. The black sun grasps the flare in both hands. Ryder chants its true name. She instantly enveloped in white light. Saber unveils its true name. Her sword blazes in black fire. Two rays of light flood the chamber, struggling for dominance. Time stops for an instant. Shiro Emiya accelerates his inner world, disguising a moment as eternity. Trace on. Search, select, analyze, project. That is my role. This is my second projection. Magecraft, which erodes my body. But I can't defeat Saber without it. Ryder can't overcome Saber's noble phantasm, not even with Bellathorn. We both know that. So, I help her win. If Ryder's noble phantasm lacks destructive power, I just need to make up for it. The body is made of swords. I've decided what I'll use. I complete the projection in an instant. I make Ryder win, using the greatest defense Archer knows. Raw. Ayas. I intone its true name and turn it into reality. I also did it in the normal ending. Why didn't I get an achievement there? Anyway. It thrusts out my left arm, and it shakes. The nerves, muscles, and blood vessels in it are going haywire. Feels like it could snap at any second, and I desperately stabilize it with my right hand. Endure it. I can't stop the projection yet. The two pillars of light are still pushing against each other. If I lose, I have protection here. Ryder will be vaporized. A flailing left arm and left shoulder fire bullets into my body. Uncontrollable magical energy rips around inside my body. Like someone going wild with a rubber eraser. Scrubbing Shira Emiya's inside blank. I howl. I scream to drive off the pain and terror of losing myself. Raw magical power clashes. I completely upset the rivalry between the two powers. Four petals scatter the black light, folding the cavern in blinding radiance. The servants are sent flying apart. Ryder slams into a wall, unprotected, with the same speed as her charge. Saber is blown away by Bellathorn's light and falls onto the ground on her back. They're both still alive. Ryder's down, unable to stand. She might be out of magical energy. Meanwhile, Saber is on the verge of death, but she still has strength to spare. We just barely engage Saber out in battle of noble phantasms. I run without even knowing what I'm supposed to do. As I run, I unsheath the Azov blade. Saber. I rush to her. I rush to Saber and lean over the helpless body. Did she hit her head? Saber gazes up at me, absently. I wonder what I look like in her eyes. I startle her, raise the dagger, and look down at Saber. Saber's regeneration is nothing to trifle with. She'll recover soon unless I finish her off. Unless I kill Saber, who's wounded and can't even stand or fight back. She'll kill us. The faded mind feels terribly clear. Is she conscious again? Saber's cold eyes stare up at her death. I bring my arm down. Don't hesitate. I stare into Saber's eyes and answer her gaze with bringing my heavy arms down. She doesn't resist. I end her life with a precise strike. I had memories with her. Even now, I felt the warmth of life from her. The warmth was always right next to me, and I can never forget it. Kill her along with those memories. Gouge out my memories and throw them into a place I can't reach. I'll never come back. I'll never remember her again. I'll never be forgiven for this. I chose this path. I killed others to save Sakura. I killed a girl close to me who protected me until the very end, with my own hands. I'm not allowed to regret or repent. This is what it means to choose to be someone's ally. To protect my ego, to protect the one I love. I'm going to keep robbing others of their precious things. Beyond that, I'll never find anything brilliant enough to make up for what was lost. But Saber, for the rest of my life, I keep searching for happiness that can make up for what is lost. I can already see that my debts will keep on piling up until one day I can no longer move. Yet, pathetic, absurd, and worthless though I may be, I'll take responsibility for what I stole. I don't know where to find happiness. Still, I swear never to give up, even if there's no end to my quest. Thank you. You saved me so many times. My dagger stops meeting resistance. The Black Swordsman silently stares up at as she sinks into the black shadow. So, after the encounter with Saber, it basically happens like in the normal ending. I have it in the part 21. Yeah. So, let's continue. My mind disconnects. A mere 100 meters become a distance I can never cross. It's only a matter of time until the cave collapses. The ceiling is crumbling all over, and the barren field is turning into a mountain of rubble. My joints are stiff. It hurts to bend my arms and legs. I don't breathe and I lose focus, so I brace myself for knife to stab my throat, and finally manage to breathe a few times. I try that hard to breathe because humans can't move without sufficient oxygen. Right now, maybe I can move without any oxygen, and even if I breathed in a lot, it won't be long before It's hot. Hundreds of blades are sprouting from my body. It's an execution I can't escape from. My body is made of swords, but I've always known that. He told me. He said if I used projection, I would light the fuse on a time bomb. So, this ending was set a long time ago. My legs are heavy. I don't know what I'm doing. My heart feels like it's going to burst from a pain, fatigue, and emptiness. But just a little more. Everything will be over once I erase that thing. Nobody will stop me. Nobody's here to stop me anymore. And yet, shadows flicker. In front of the crater I call the Greater Grail stands, lit by dark crimson flames. Kirei Kotomine.
ああ、お互いかろうじて生き延びているようだな、エミヤシロ。
Yes, it seems we're both barely hanging on, Shiro and Emiya. His voice contains a strong will. In this lifeless world, he blocks my way, like it's his destiny. What are you trying to pull? It's way too late for you to be showing up. I don't ask him why he's alive. He's a walking corpse. I don't feel any magical energy emanating from his body. There's a dark stain where his heart should be. He's a short flame, like a flipped hourglass, the same as me. I can't hear Kotomine's heartbeat. He doesn't have much time left. This isn't speculation, it's a fact. Kirei Kotomine will die in minutes, no matter what.
何をするなどと分かりきったことを聞くな。
You already know the answer to that.
私の目的はただ一つ。この呪いを誕生させることのみだ。
I've only one goal. To see this curse be born. What? You can't do that. It doesn't belong to you.
当然だ。私はこれに干渉することはできんし、これに干渉する気もない。
Of course. I can't interfere with it, nor do I intend to.
だが言ったはずだぞ。私は誕生するものを祝福すると。
But I believe. I told you that I will bless its birth.
これは今まさに生まれようとしている。ならば、その誕生を阻む外敵から守ってやるのは当然ではないかな。
It is most surely trying to be born now. It's only natural, but I try to protect that birth from any who would threaten it. Are you insane, Kotomine? What can you possibly do when you're a dead man walking? Even if I got out like you want.
それはお前も同じだろう。正気などとうにない。目的は果たしたところで我々の末路は同じだ。
Goes for you as well. I've long since lost my sanity. We will share the same fate once I accomplish my goal.
お前はこれを滅ぼし、私はこれを守る。
You will destroy this, and I will protect it.
だが、どちらが目的を果たそうと、結果を得る者はいない。それを承知でお前はここまで来た。
But no matter who succeeds, no one will be left to reap the benefits. You knew that when you came here.
無意味な争いだ。そんなものをする時点で、私もお前も正気ではないだろう。
This is a pointless conflict. In doing this, neither you nor I are sane. Kotomine won't move out of the way. He's not going to retreat. As long as he is here, I can't use my last projection. I need time to do it. If I give him an opening, he'll pulverize my brain before I can use Saber's sword. Why are you trying too hard, so hard to protect it? You're not going to get anything out of it being born, so why? Why would he approve of an enemy of humanity called all the evil in the world? Even on death's door.
なぜも何もない。私にとってはこれが唯一の娯楽だから。
The reason is very obvious. Because this is the only thing which gives me joy.
エミヤ・シロ。
Shiro, Emiya.
お前が他人の幸福に至福を感じるように。
Just as you feel bliss when you see others' good fortune.
私は他人の不幸に至福を感じるだけだ。
I derive bliss from others' misfortune.
そもそもなぜ殺す？生まれる前から悪と決めつけるのは傲慢ではないか。 帰りたがっている命ならば孵化させてやるのが愛ではないのか。
And why kill it? Is it not arrogant to judge it as evil before it's even born? Is it not love to help birth something which wants to be born? What love is that? Stop talking in sophistries. That thing killed a lot of people. I can't let it leave this place.
ほう。では聞こう。お前の言う善悪とは何だ。人を殺すことが絶対の悪だとお前はそう言うのか。
Oh, let me ask you this. What is the good and evil you speak of? Would you say that killing people is absolutely evil? I can't possibly answer that. Right now, I have no morality. The moment I decided to save Sakura, I lost the justice that Shira Emiya believed in.
それでいい。元より答えなどない。人間とはそういうものだ。明確な答えなどなく、変動する真実を良しとする。我々には初めから真実となる事柄なぞない。
That is fine. There was never an answer to my question. That is what it means to be human. The answers are never clear, and we accept changing truths. We have never known anything to be true from the beginning.
人間は善悪を同時に兼ね備え、その属性を分けるのはあくまで自身の選択による。始まりはゼロであり、生まれ出ることに罪はないとお前には教えたはずだが。
Humans possess both good and evil, and how one distinguishes them is a personal choice. I believe I told you that we begin from zero, and that we are born without sin. Yeah, you said that a baby can't commit sins, even if it's evil.
そうだ。人間は生まれ、学習によって善か悪か、そのどちらかに偏るものだ。
That's right. Humans are born and tend toward good and evil depending on what we learn.
とある聖典にはこうある。人間は天使より優れた存在だと。何故か。それは悪を知りながらも悪に走らぬ者がいるからだと。
A certain holy book asserts that humans are greater beings than angels. Why? Because there are people who know evil, but do not commit it.
生まれながら善しか知らぬ天使とは違う。
We are different from the angels who only know good from their birth.
人間とは悪を持ちながら善と生きられる存在ゆえに、善しか知らぬ天使より優れたものだと。
It states that humans are superior to angels because we are beings which can live good lives, while possessing evil, unlike angels which only know good.
しかり
Indeed.
吐き気を催すような悪人が戯れに見せる善意がある。
A heinous villain may show goodwill as a joke.
多くの人間を救った聖人が気まぐれに犯す悪意がある。
While a saint and a savior of a multitudes may commit evil on a whim.
この矛盾、両立する善意と悪意こそが人を人たらしめる聖杯だ。
That contradiction, that coexistence of good and evil is the holy grail, which makes people human.
生きるということが罪であり、生きているからこその罰がある。聖あってこその善であり、聖あってこその悪だ。
Living is a sin, and punishment exists because people live. Good only exists because of life, as does evil.
故に、
Therefore,
生まれいでぬ者に罪過は問えぬ。
one cannot question the crimes of something yet to be born.
何者にも望まれぬもの。生まれながらに悪であるものなどない。
There's no one who wishes for nothing from anyone, and no one was born evil.
あれは 誕生するその瞬間まで罰を受けるいわれはない。
There's no reason that thing should be punished as soon as it's born. That's the answer of a priest named Kotomine. It's why he sincerely intends to forgive all the evil that people wished into existence. That's why you'll forgive it. This thing always been meant to kill people. You know, a lot of people will die if it gets out. So it's undoubtedly evil to use. To us.
そうだ。これは存在自体が悪だ。何しろそのように作られた。初めから悪であるようにと生まれたのだ。
Yes. Its very existence is evil. It was created to be born thus. It was born evil.
人間とは違う。これは悪しか持たぬ。人々が作り上げた純粋な単一心だ。
It is not like humans. It is pure, simple good God. It's a pure, simple God which only possesses evil, created by the people.
だが、その行為が悪だとしても、あれ本人がそれをどう思うかはまだわかるまい。
However, even if its actions are evil, we do not know what it personally thinks of them. He wants to know what Anra Manu personally thinks?
そうだ。
Yes.
この世すべての悪本人が自らの行動を悪しと嘆くか、良しと笑うか、それは我々の測るところではない。
Will Anra Manu bemoan its own actions as evil? Or laugh that they are good? We cannot possibly know this.
もしあれに人に近い意志があり、自らの存在を嘆くのであれば、それは悪だろう。
If it has human-like will and laments its own existence, that would make it evil.
だが、自らの存在に何の疑問も持たなければあれは善だ。何しろ、そのように望まれたもの、自らの機能に疑いを持たぬのであれば、それが悪であるはずがない。
But if it has no doubt whatsoever about its own existence, it would be good. After all, that is what was wished of that. Something which does not question its own existence cannot possibly be evil. What?
そう。
Yes.
生まれながらにして持ち得ぬもの。
It is something which was born with nothing.
初めからこの世に望まれなかったもの。
Something which was never desired by this world.
それが誕生する意味。価値のないものが存在する価値を。
It will show
見
us
せ
the
てくれるだろう。
it will show us the meaning of its birth and the value of something worthless.
何もかもなくし何もかも壊した後、ただ一人残ったものが、果たして自身を許せるのか。
Once it loses everything, breaks everything, and is all alone, will it forgive itself?
私はそれが知りたい。
I want to know.
外界との隔たりを持った者がありのままに生き続けることに罪過があるのかどうか、その是非を問う。
I wish to ask if something estranged from the rest of the world, which lives only as itself, can be guilty of crimes.
そのためにお前の父を殺し、そのために的尾さくらを生かした。私では答えは出せない。故に答えを出せる者の誕生を願った。
That is why I killed your father and prolonged Sakramato's life. I cannot provide the answer, so I wished for the birth of something which can.
それが私の目的だ。エミヤシロ。
That is my objective, Shiro Emiya.
自身に帰る望みを持たぬお前と対極に位置する同質の願望だ。
It's a wish to the same nature, yet the antithesis to you, who has no wish to return to yourself. can't understand. This man's wish is so distant from me. But I do understand one thing. He used Sakura for a wish like that. Sakura. You used Sakura for all that. I refocus my hazy vision and glare at the priest with all the hostility I can muster. This man.
そうだな。そんなことのために私は多くの者を殺してきた。故に今さら降りることなどできん。
Yes, I have killed many for that cause. So, I cannot back down now.
言っただろう。私はそのように生きてきた。
I told you. That is how I have lived.
その疑問を解くためだけにここにあった。
I'm here to answer this riddle.
それは死を前にして変わるものでもない。
Even if I am on the brink of death. The walking corpse makes a declaration, resolve clear in his eyes. He says it so brazenly. Talks like he has no regrets or mistakes. Yeah, I see. I understand now. I can never agree with this man. When I first met him, I reflexively wondered if I could ever accept him. And now, I know exactly why. I don't want to admit it, but I think I like Kiriko Tomine. I desperately viewed him with hostility in an attempt to deny that, to pretend I didn't feel that way. He said that we were similar. I understand why now. We both think ourselves as sinners. We both lived our lives trying to cast off those chains. We knew our methods were flawed, but we believe it was right. The right way to atone, and we sought salvation we would never obtain. So, we're not going to back off. We won't, because we're the same. It isn't because he's about to die and wants to see his wish come true. That's right, he's not keeping an oath because this is the end. That's just how he lived his life. He's never walked any other path. Even if he dies 1 minute from now, he doesn't know any other correct way to live.
それにな、告白すれば干渉でもある。
I should say, I feel sentimental having confessed this.
以前からよもやとは思っていたが、ことここに至ってようやく気がついた。
I wondered before, but now that we are here, I realized something. He steps forward. Neither of us has much time left. So we'll settle this quickly. I'm going to snuff out his flame before mine runs out.
私はお前たちを羨んでいる。
I envy you all.
求めても得られなかったもの、手に入れたというのに手に入らなかったもの、どのような戒律をもってしても指の隙間からこぼれ落ちた無数の氷。
I envy what Trisha sought but could never obtain, that which I could never attain, even when I had it. Those countless dregs which slipped through my fingers no matter which doctrine I followed.
お前たちが幸福と感じるものが、
The things which make you feel happiness.
そのうっせきをここで帳消しにするのみだ。
I will wipe out that pent-up frustration here.
私には幸福と感じられなかった。
Never gave me any joy. Yeah, this man is empty because he never obtained anything. He searched and searched, but never gained even one bit of happiness. His life brought only death to anything he obtained. If it's the only way he ever lived, he could ever be... How could he ever abandon it now? I see. I have wasted your time, Kotomine. I restart my forgotten breathing. I send air into my lungs and switch my body over to combat mode.
構わん。時間がないのはお互い様だ。
I don't mind. Neither of us has any time to spare it after all. Kotomine puts strength into his muscles. This won't be a battle of magecraft. We're both dead men walking. All we can do is pound each other with our fists. We don't have any tactics or skills left. We're going to bash our remaining lives against each other. He'll kill me, and I grant his wish. I kill him, and I destroy his wish. We bet our lives on this wager. Before time runs out, I kill him and erase the shadow. I run and make a beeline at my opponent.
Huh?
My legs don't have much power left. I drop my hips. I have a chest of my approaching opponent and... strike him as hard as I can, with undodgeable timing. My right fist cuts through empty air, and it's my chest that takes an impact. Kotomine is gone. The enemy I attacked with such speed and power disappears from sight. He bends his tall body to my left flank, drives his fists into my stomach, whips his leg like lightning, and kicks me into the air. His kicks are like breaths of fire. In the last few hours here, I'd forgotten what it was like to feel pain strong enough to make me pass out. How many meters was I launched? The impact was strong. I wouldn't have been surprised if my head detached from my torso. No, if we were going with that, even the second blow in my stomach would have destroyed my organs. Phew, I know this. Untelegraphed economy of movement. Straight lines that are also circles. Attacks that emphasize internal over external damage. You're a priest who uses Chinese martial arts? And that's the highest level too. This is something he could have just picked up by watching people.
そうでもない。私のこれは真似事だ。
Couldn't have picked up.
死の灯籠を真似ただけのうちに何も宿らぬものだが、死に損ないの相手には十分のようだ。
Not quite. I simply imitate my teacher, Aolu. My moves lack internal power, but it is sufficient against a dying man. The follow-up is incoming. I force my stiff joints to bend and get up. But Kotomine stops and looks at his fists. It's covered in red.
厄介な体だな。撃つ方が命がけとは。
What a troublesome body. Each strike risks my life. That's what he gets for hitting a bundle of blades. I collect my scattered thoughts and face the enemy. None of that matters. He won't stop, even if his opponent is covered in lethal thorns.
だがいいハンデだ。
But it's a good handicap.
つまるところ、私とお前の戦いは。
An apt summary of our duel. Kotomine lowers his stance. His trained body readies an explosive strike.
外敵との戦いではなく、 自身をかける戦いということだ。
A battle, not against an outside threat, but with wagers our very selves on the outcome. The enemy approaches. Kotomine has the overwhelming edge in close combat skills. His fists won't break. At this rate, my hourglass will shatter before it even runs out. I don't turn away and meet my enemy approaching like a rocket. There's only one thing to do. I need to drive my fists at him even faster than last time, faster than he can dodge. The only sound in my earlobe is my pounding heartbeat. I don't perceive the sound of a collapsing cave and the rain of rubble at all. The thing I need to beat is right in front of me. I don't care about any centuries-long obsessions or the collapse of a world. Toshiro Emiya, the defeat of this enemy is his final purpose. Interlude? What are you interluding now? It's collapsing. The collapse is all but assured. The Einsburn 1000-year quest. Mercury's 500-year wish. A world that has continued without ending, changing, or evolving is finally coming to an end. Amidst the destruction, it still has a will. I don't want to die. Its body is nothing but a dark red lump of meat, looking nothing like a human. It's a swarm of insects that dwell in this cavern. He gathered them all to form a single lump of flesh, but he cannot maintain a humanoid body anymore. His withering form is simply a lump of meat that can't move. But it's still alive. The lump curses its rotting body and its melting soul. I don't want to die. The only obsession is still intact. It crawls on the ground. Zouken Mercury, the old mage, his main body anchoring his soul, having been crushed, clings to his world by his obsession alone. His doom is only a matter of time. Although he has fit his soul into a hastily assembled swarm of insects, he will never recover from being crushed twice. I don't want to die. The old mage has become a lump of meat. Who has become a lump of meat will die an agonizing death. He will rot until the end and die feeling regret. It's right in front of him. He gazes out the embodiment of eternity, which he sought so long and was only one step away from obtaining it. Are his death's cries agony or regret? I don't want to die. He doesn't want to die. How can he just disappear now? 500 years. How can he disappear when the reward he deserved of 500 agonizing years of effort is right before his eyes? All he remembers is suffering. The karma of the Mercuries. They are a great magical house driven from their homeland, wandering until reaching this land in the Orient. Then they are unable to assimilate to this land's laws and fell into decline. But that wasn't true. There would have still been hope if that was the case. If that is why their bloodline died out. they might have gracefully accepted their demise. I don't want to die. But the truth was different. It isn't that the land of Japan is unsuitable. An external factor like that wouldn't have ended the Mercuries. They simply lost their way. It has been 300 years since the ancestral Mercury Seekers. In those 300 years, they reached the limits of their lineage. The Mercury's mages were already in decline by Zokin's generation. But is when the suffering began, and the old man had no choice but to deny it. Zokin Mato's life was spent desperately trying to overcome the decline of the Mercury bloodline. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Damn. Yes, I must not die. And this rotting body. It's painful. So painful. Too painful. 500 years of pain. My whole life has been pain. Why fault me for seeking eternity? I suffered and suffered, never fulfilled. So how can I disappear without leaving anything behind? How can I die in agony? The Holy Grail is open before me. So listen to my wish. Ask and I shall answer. My wish is that I don't want to die. I need to get there. My wish will come true if I climb that cliff. It'll grant my wish, but I can't reach it with this body. It's so far away. The last 5 centuries have been nothing. It's so far away. Why? Oh, why is it so far away? He crawls, scattering and splattering his body. What obsession. He can't move. No, he shouldn't even have the ability to move. But his hatred drives it forward. He's now an obsessive idea become a monster. He doesn't hear the collapse. He only seeks the Holy Grail as it moves forward. And then, his misshapen form ceases. So, you have changed this much, Mercury. Someone with a beautiful bell-like voice speaks to him.
Nani?
What? He looks up. In the middle of his wavering vision stands a lone girl. He stops. He stares at her. The old mage does not see a girl. He sees a woman from his distant memories. The golden Einsburn woman who has never faded from his mind to this day. 200 years ago. She was his comrade, the cup of heaven, who sacrificed herself to build the greater grail. She hasn't changed at all since that day. The woman of the Holy Grail looks at him with the same eyes when he still burned with passion. Tell me, my nemesis, why did you not want to die? She speaks just once, in a nostalgic voice. A question halts his tongue of suffering, thoughts of suffering. Why? 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 It's strange now that one asks, why did he not want to die? Why couldn't he die? He would be free from suffering and death. So for what purpose did he cling to life and suffering?
Oh.
He remembers. Yes, he had a noble goal at first. He would acquire all of creation. He would know all truths. and reach lands nobody else could. He would surpass the limits of a flesh and reach the limitlessness of a soul. The human race. He would let those settle with limits from birth and force to run circles with the spiral of their brains go outside. To hear all hatred and suffering. He remembers. It was after the grief of learning that paradise did not exist. He excitedly decided that if it did not exist in this world, that he was not allowed to create it while in a flesh body, then he would travel to a place where it was allowed. Not to create a new world, but to turn the life called humanity into something new. That's right. To go to the sky he has always looked up at and beyond. He would be born anew in a place no one could imagine, and arrive at a utopia we cannot visualize. For that cause, he sought the Holy Grail. He sought a miracle beyond human reach. He couldn't disappear until he attained that. He knew he would suffer defeat and that he would not attain it in this body, but he never gave up as long as he lived. Yes, he just had one dream. The abolition of all the evil in the world. We staked our lives on an impossible utopia. So he stayed behind. After his enemies left, he kept searching, even as he knew it was pointless. He believed that living itself had purpose, and knew that one day he would create someone to succeed him. So he kept on living. It was suffering, but he couldn't let himself die. Even when he remade himself, he never overcame the laments of his youth. Was that not to his way of life? And the answer he arrived at? Yes. Even if it lies beyond this life. Even if he isn't rewarded. That was his first wish. That agony. How meager his wish not to die was, compared to his quest for an impossible dream.
Soであったな、ユスティツァーよ。
I see. It once was that way. Justitia. He looks up at the world. The cavern is already halfway to collapse. Sakramato has been liberated and taken from this world. Anramanyu, the birthed, completely flawed embodiment of a third magic, is flickering like Hades, sorry. Finally, the old mage accepts that he will never reach any of it. It's over.
我が宿願も我が苦痛もマキリの使命もこんなところで終わるのだな。
My old wish, my agony, the Markiri's duty, it all ends here. It was decided from the very beginning. Whenever Markiri's voyage ended, wherever the Markiri's voyage ended, would be their final resting place. And yet, the end of their long suffering was not wretched conclusion at all. A wretched conclusion at all. It has only just begun. Their challenges and journeys have just begun. 500 years is a trifle. Far too short a time to accomplish anything. What we desired was brilliant and precious, to be attained in the far future. A maturation of humanity, whether it takes thousands or tens of thousands of years. So this is but a trifling setback at the start of a journey, albeit a meaningful one. Their wish is not over. The journey begins now. The history of a long, long journey to reach the great, great beyond begins its loop with the end of a dream.
だが無念よ。いや、あと一歩だったのだがな。
It's too bad. I really was just one step away. The words of resignation belong to the old mage after all. No matter how brilliant his objective, he is a fiend who approves of wicked deeds. He never overcame that trait even at the end, and cut his obsession with life. The last one disappears. One of the mages sought a miracle. An observer was there at the very beginning, crumbles away.
504年。思えば瞬きほどの宿願であった。
500 years. That wish went by in the blink of an eye. A lump of meat is swallowed by the rubble, leaving no trace. It was a creature which lived while transforming. The old mage completely disappears from her world, along with the fall of his long-sought wish. Interlude out. Back to punching. His palm slams into me. It doesn't change, no matter how my body has changed. His attacks aimed at doing internal rather than external damage ruthlessly sends shockwaves through me. The battle is overwhelming. The enemy dodges, repels, and traps my fists, all while making me eat all of his attacks. Pure white mangles my vision every time Kotomine fists clang off my body. It isn't the damage from his attacks, but from the pain of my left arm repairing and overwriting my injured body. I protect my head. My face alone hasn't turned to steel yet. This could end with a single blow to my head. I can't hit him with my fists, so I use both arms to protect my head. My sense of pain is long gone, and my eyesight is about to blink out too. The pain transmitted to my brain comes only from the left arm's invasion of my body. His bloody fists pulverize every square centimeter of my frame. I work my left arm to try it and repair it, and everything goes white. Images and memories become irreputably white. It hurts even to think now. I spout blades to protect my destroyed body from dying. In exchange, my brain is shaved away. Which of us will end first? His fists and bones are broken. He endures it, his face twists in pain, and continues striking me. I dodge the blows and attack with my right fists. It gets blocked. As a simultaneous impact to my left armpit, I endure a blade stabbing my brain and attack again. I can still move. I can still move. I can't move anymore. This is why. It hurt. That one got me. Body shouldn't be able to feel pain anymore, but I nearly weep at the pain throughout my body. I flung back, crashing into a fallen boulder, and barely stopped myself from going over the cliff. Can't stand. If the impact hurts this bad, the pain to my brain trying to remake my body would be unimaginable. It's over. In one more second, I give into the pain and burn out, and I won't be able to think anymore. If I sleep before then, if I close my eyes,
終わったか。では頭を潰すぞ。
it's over. Now, I'll crush your head. The enemy walks over. He can't run anymore either. It wouldn't surprise me if both disappeared 1 minute from now. Then I'm... You swore an oath. You swore to protect someone. Liv. She said that both of us were needed to save her. You lost something. You lost something for that purpose. The enemy approaches. He drags his feet toward me to crush my head. Like hell. I won't lose. This man doesn't have a goal. He's just living the only way he knows how. But I have it. I have a goal. I have a good reason to kick his ass and win. Don't know how long I made her cry. Dark's been crying in a place I don't know. She always cried alone, and I only ever smiled in front of me. That's right. So, I have to protect her. I'll protect from the sins she committed, the sins blaming her, and the sins she remembers. The girl who could only smile in front of me, the girl who said she'd protect me in a body with no future. I want to help her smile happily one day, even when I'm not around. And you're in the way of that. Fuck off. Sakura will never smile again as long as you're alive. One blow. The enemy comes to crush my head, and I punch his face with all my might. Damn you! Kirikotomine! 2 blows. 3 blows. 4 blows. 5 blows. 6 blows. 7 blows. I punch, punch, punch. This is the end. If I let him go, there's no future. I need to put everything I have left into this miracle. This chance. I flung back. He easily ducks my suicidal punch and makes me pay hard for it. Damn it. That's right, he won't let me hit him that easily. And he's many times stronger than me. So, of course he'll parry my attacks effortlessly and come to finish me off. Yeah, so what? I can't overcome the difference in fighting strength. Life isn't that easy. The enemy knocks me to the ground and comes to crush my head. I lose. I lose. I lose. I lose. That much is self-evident. But I can't still move my body. Kotomi. The enemy shadows looms over me, blocking my path. And then I take my disobeying legs. Yeah, my right leg won't even budge. And ignite them into motion. It's not going to end here. I can't dodge the enemy's attack with these legs. Death is a second away. I dodge it as best I can. The man in front of me stops. His extended fist not quite reaching my face.
ここまでか。単純に時間の差が出るとはな。
So, this is how it ends. A simple difference in our remaining time. He looks down at his own chest, a dark-stained area and where his heart should be. A different in time. He must have started dying just slightly before me in the forest.
お前の勝ちだ、エミヤシロ。その体で何秒持つかは知らんが、目的があるのなら急ぐがいい。
You win, Shiro Emiya. I don't know how many more seconds your body will last, but hurry to your goal, if you have one. He's just like before, when I first met him in the church. He talks about everything like it doesn't matter to him. Kotomine.
お前が最後のマスターだ。
You are the final master.
聖杯を前にし、その望みを果たすがいい。
Go before the Holy Grail and fulfill your wish. Final Master. His words carry a profound weight, but he says them in its usual unchanging tone. Of course he does. He'll never change, even in his last moments. He's still a detestable enemy, even as he crumbles away. Yeah, I'll destroy your wish. It's what I owe you for beating me to a pulp. Did he laugh at the end? My nearly scrap metal eyes are useless. This time the priest really does leave this awful world. No one mourns him. I breathe, taking in enough oxygen to move. I can only move my throat once. I don't feel happiness or suffering. My 5 senses have already turned into iron. No matter how hard I try, my mind failed to stay intact. Time to go. One last job. I unseal my left arm. My consciousness is almost gone. One last projection. I make the strongest sword I know and destroy the entire Greater Grail and this curse. This is the absolute end. No, it's not okay. If I use this, there's no going back. I already know that I'm going to disappear. Still, as long as I have my life, I need to find another way. I made a promise to protect Sakura from everything. I can't allow my life to be snuffed out so easily. I want Sakura to live. I want to live with Sakura. So I still... Bro, share... But there's no other way. Sakura's sins, destroying this curse, is the absolute condition to let her be happy. Her mind is down to a few grains of sand. Sakura, Begin projection. Will keep my... A sword in my hand. With body. Can't last long. No, Shiro. You won't die.
だってこの門を閉じるのは私だから。
After all, it's my job to close the door. That's someone's voice. I can't remember. I can't remember her name. I say her name even though I can't remember it. I feel that I have to say it. If I don't, we never come home.
ね
Hey,
え、シローは生きたい？どんな命になっても、どんな形になっても、シローはまだ生きていたい？
do you want to live, Shiro? Do you want to keep living, no matter what life you lead? Or what shape you're in? I want to live. What's her name? I have to say her name and stop her. But I want to live, I know. Will disappear if I not. What's her name? I wish for the bottom of my heart to live. Okay.
よかった。私もそうしたかった。私よりシローにこれからを生きて欲しかったから。
Good. I was hoping you'd say that. I want you to live more than me. What are you talking about, idiot? Just come back. If you go any further, you won't be able to. I'll take that thing down with me, so... Damn it. What's your name? I have to remember your name. It's precious. I'm turning so dumb. Your name.
じゃあ、奇跡を見せてあげる。
When I show you a miracle.
前に見せた遠見の応用だけど、今度のはすごいんだよ。
Last time I showed you how to see far away with Magecraft. But this time, it'll be really amazing.
なんて言ったって、みんなが見たがってた魔法なんだから。
This is the magic everyone wishes they could see. Yeah. Don't do it. You don't have to show me. Just come back.
けど、器だけは安物かな。
Sadly, the vessel is lacking.
使えるのは私の体しかないから、完全に再現はできないの。けど大丈夫。リンと一緒に試行錯誤すれば、すぐに元通りにしてもらえるわ。
We only have my body to use, so I can't completely recreate it. It'll be okay though. If you do some trial and error within, I'm sure you can go back to normal. Ilya. She moves into the middle. Someone in a white dress becomes the sacrificial key to close the Greater Grail, just like the very first ritual.
じゃあね。
Bye.
私とシローは血がつながっていないけど、
We aren't related by blood.
シローと兄弟で本当によかった。
But I'm really glad that we are siblings. Yeah. Don't go. If you care about me, don't go. I can't sacrifice you. I said we'd live together, but I'll make up for all the time you spent alone. But if someone's going to be sacrificed, then it should be...
ううん、
No.
言ったよね。兄貴は妹を守るもんなんだって。
You said a big brother is supposed to protect a sister, remember?
ええ、私はお姉ちゃんだもん。なら、弟を守らなくっちゃ。
Yeah. Well, I'm your big sister, so I have to protect my little brother. Ilya. I remember. Her name. Kiritsuko's real blood relative. The little girl, whom I replaced, leaving her all alone. She's a girl with red eyes and silver hair, a little older than me. Ilya. 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 Can't reach her. She can't hear my voice. I'm bathed in light, and I can't see. At the end, she... She said goodbye, smiled, and shut the door to the greater grey. The sage cries out, "Open gates of heaven bless." Hey! Können closes... Oh. Can't we do that fast? See the sky. For just a moment, I lift my arm up and reach into the sky. Nothing is left. There isn't a single bit of power left in this body. I'm sinking. The life she saved is sinking. I clench my fists in frustration. This cold pain in the palm of my hand. It awakens my sinking mind.
大丈夫。リンが助けてくれるから。
It's okay. Rin will come for you. Yeah. There's a tiny miracle in the palm of my hand. One breath of magical energy. It's completely useless, but the small pendant will make sure that someone saves me if I reach out with the sand. I reach out. I feel soft air and warm sunshine on my skin. My hand takes hold of the endless sky. Epilogue. I'm tired. I set my travel bag overstuffed with gifts on the ground and stretch for a few seconds. The sky today is crystal clear, and the spring sunshine feels great, no question. It's bright for my eyes, but I got used to the interior of a plane. But it's a small price to pay, considering I just got back from a long trip.
あ、ベールでなくなってる。代わりに映画館なんてできたんだ。しばらく見ないうちに変わったな。
Oh, the head is gone. They put a theater there instead. This place changed while it's gone. I look out to the town while loosening my shoulders. The trip from London to this provincial Japan city took 25 hours. I feel cramped after being stuffed into an airplane seat for that long. My butt hurts, and I even bumped my head on the ceiling while we landed.
エコノミーどころの話じゃないわよね。せめてまっとうな旅行会社を使えばよかった。
Can't even call this economy class. I should have stuck with a reputable airline at least. Moral of the story: don't cheap out on long-haul travel. Even if I'm strapped for cash.
あら、ミス登坂。お金に困っているのなら、私好きのメイドにしてあげてもよろしくてよ。4番街のしみったれた悪趣味カフェのウェイトレス1年分の月給は保証しますわ。ああ、そう。言っておきますけど、割と本気ですから。明日朝一で編入届を出してきなさいね。
Oh, dear Miss Tosaka, if you find yourself indignant, I can offer you a position as my personal maid. Why, I'll even guarantee you a monthly wage equivalent to the yearly pay of a waitress from that cheap, seedy cafe down the 4th Street. Ah, I'm quite serious. Don't submit your application. Do submit your application first thing tomorrow morning. I wouldn't do that. It wouldn't do to be a cheapskate when returning to my home country. Yeah, I'll make sure to do that next time. I have a round trip ticket, so I put up with that rundown jet one last time on the way back.
バスは20分待ちか。
My bus is 20 minutes away,
まあ、面倒だし歩いていこう。
Ah, I go for a walk, beats waiting. I have my backpack with both hands and start walking. It's an hour's walk to the house. It'll take a while, but I still have plenty of time until we're supposed to meet, so this is perfect.
懐かしいな。海沿いの風だ。
The sea breeze sure takes me back. I narrow my eyes against the wind, listening to cars go by. Yeah, I'm home. In the year I've been gone, my hometown looks kinda different, but it hasn't changed at all. I react to the mundane, formerly familiar scenery of my town with altering boredom and surprise while I walk the path home. This is my first annual visit home since I left to study in London. Just walking through the town after a year makes me happy, and it feels fun for no reason. Though the mood is slightly spoiled by my stupidly heavy bag.
よし。まあ、こんなんで OK かな。
Alright, it should be okay, I think. I take a shower and shake myself in the mirror to make sure nothing's wrong. I'm not really doing it for anyone's benefit, but it just feels right to pay a little attention to my looks after being gone for a whole year. Okay, maybe there's one person who would side-eye me if I didn't, but I'll ignore it for today. The house is prettier than I remember, and and I can't spot a single speck of dust. Sakura might still be cleaning it from time to time. I appreciate that. I do, but
あの子変なことにここを使ってないわよね。なんか記憶にないシャンプーがあったんだけど。
I hope she didn't use this place for anything weird. I didn't recognize that bottle of shampoo. Shampoo belongs in the bath, not in the library, not in the kitchen, not at the front door, and not in the garden. Well, it's nothing to worry about really, but it's still pretty suggestive.
もう3時じゃない。ああ、もう2時間も何してたんだ私。
Wait, it's already 3? Oh, Groot, what have I been doing for the last 2 hours? I dash to the front door, try on my pumps for a change. Besides, it's tacky, and run out the door in my normal shoes. We're supposed to meet at 4 o'clock. I was hoping to get there early and scout out the enemy, but now I'm at a disadvantage with my messed up air. It's regrettable, but I just have to challenge them head on. Now then, it's a sentimental moment in a lot of ways, but now that I'm here, I rid myself of distracting thoughts and want to head inside as soon as possible. I go through the front gate and walk up to the house door. Then I ring the doorbell. It makes a silly ding-dong, and then the door rattles open. Damn. Wow. What's the surprise, you ask? Ryder just answered the door in regular clothes.
ただいま。ちょっと早いけど帰ってきたわ。
I'm back. A little early, but I'm here.
さくらはいる？ライダー。
Is Sakura here, Ryder?
ええ。さくらは部屋で、タイガは居間で待っています。
Yes, Sakura is in her room and Tiger is waiting in the living room.
藤村先生もいるんだ。で、春休みだから当然か。じゃあ、お邪魔します。とりあえず居間に行けばいい？
Oh, Miss Fujimura is here too. Wait, she'd be on spring break now. Guess I'll make myself at home. Should I go to the living room for now?
はい。私はさくらを呼んできます。
Yes, I will call Sakura. We go into the hallway. On the way to the living room, I steal a glance at Ryder. Should I call this a well-laid ambush? I know she was a beauty cursed by the gods, but it really stands out when she's dressed in normal clothes. To be frank, she's super modeled here. When a woman thinks another woman is beautiful, she really means it. Met a lot of pretty women overseas, but I haven't come across anyone on Ryder's level yet. She's more than human form, though, so it makes sense, I guess. Anyway, she's a legitimate servant. If Ulysses Mage saw her, they'd have to take 3 days off from work, and if you told them she's a familiar, they'd look themselves in the LTE for the whole month. Oh god.
私に話があるのですか?
Rin, did you want to speak to me?
そうね。あれから調子はどう？少しは今の状態に慣れた？
Yeah. How's he doing? Is he getting used to the situation at all?
そうですね。2年前に比べれば安定しています。
Yes, he's more stable than he was 2 years ago.
リンがいなくなってからは不安定でしたが、1月ほど前から安定しました。さくらもコツをつかんだようです。
He's been unstable since you's left, but improved about a month ago. Sakura must have figured something out.
そう。まあ、ライダーとさくらは相性がいいから心配はしてなかったけど、 さくらに黙って血なんて取ってないでしょうね。
Cool. I wasn't really worried because you and Sakura have a good chemistry. And you haven't taken any blood without letting her know, have you? I'm not really scolding her. She can drink if she wants to, but I worry about whether she's following up properly.
それこそ心配無用です。さくらに知られるような真似は決して。
There's no need to worry. I would never be as careless as to let her know. It's a weird way to answer it, but I let it slide if she isn't causing any trouble. It's just my bad habit as a mage. A familiar like Ryder is way too valuable, so I pretend to overlook some mischief.
それではまた。リンには相談事もありますので、夜に時間を作っていただけますか？
When we see you soon, I want to consult you on something as well. Could you make some time for me tonight?
内緒話ならここじゃなくてうちでしましょう。今夜はこっちに泊まるから明日の夜でいい？
Oh, if it's private, we should talk at my house. Not here. I'm staying over tonight, so we can do it tomorrow. Ryder nods quietly and leaves for Sakura's room. But then she pauses.
お帰りなさい、リン。
Welcome home, Rin.
ありがとう。留守中苦労かけたわね、ライダー。
Thanks. I appreciate you taking care of things while I was gone, Ryder. She smiles back at me and goes off to the tatami room. Wow, she really is beautiful.
あら、いらっしゃい、遠坂さん。元気そうで何よりね。
Oh, welcome back, Mrs. Tosaka. I'm glad to see you doing well.
はい、お邪魔します。藤村先生もお変わりないようで安心しました。今日は部活動お休みですか？
Pardon the intrusion. I'm relieved to see you haven't changed either, Miss Fujimura. Are you taking a break from morning practice today?
今日は遠坂さんが来るって聞いてたからずる休み。ま、今年の首相はしっかりしてるし、今日は新入生対策の会議だから問題ないわ。
Yeah, I took off a whole day when I heard you were coming. The captain this year is dependable and today's recruitment meeting, so it should be fine.
新入生対策？部員減ったんですか？弓道部。
Recruitment meeting? Has the Kyoto Club been losing members?
増えたよ。ほら、去年はさくらちゃんが首相になってたでしょ。それで男の子は増えたんだけど、女の子が定員に届いてないのよ。
It's been growing actually. Sakura's became a captain last year, remember? So there are more boys now, but girls aren't staying on long term.
遠坂さんは卒業したから知らないか。
Oh, you graduated, so you wouldn't know.
ま、今年はかっこいい男の子が首相だから、うまく立ち回ればどっさり入ってくるだろうけどね。
This year's captain is a cool boy, so we should pick up a lot more if he does his job well.
はあ、かっこいい男の子って誰です？
Which boy?
三辻さんの弟さん。これがまあ、姉さんとは正反対の小心者なのよ。部活紹介でステージになんて立ったら金縛りに合うわね、絶対。
It's Mitsuzuri's little brother. He's a timid kid, a polar opposite of his sister. I'm sure he's going to freeze up on stage when he gives the club's introduction. Doesn't that mean you picked the wrong person to lead? Well, Kyoto has a pretty strict image, so girls might go for something with a softer appeal. But still, Ayako's brother, huh? I never even knew she had a brother.
それであっちの暮らしはどうなの？日本人だからっていじめられてない？ほら、美大の子ってライバル心だけで友人関係成立してるじゃない？
How's life on the other side? Is anyone bullying you for being Japanese? You know, arts college students actually form friendships through their rivalries.
藤村先生、 それは偏見です。芸術を信奉する人間にそのような供給差はありません。
Miss Fujimura, that's a stereotype. People who devote their lives to art aren't that narrow-minded.
怒られちゃった。
I made you mad. I can't bring myself to tell her that they only care about themselves. On top of that, my department would crack her anxiety up to 100%, so I won't bring it up. Then, I see Miss Fujimura giving me a meaningful grin.
なんでしょう、藤村先生。
Listen, Miss Fujimura.
遠坂さん綺麗になったなって一皮むけたっていうか大人になったっていうか向こうでいい人でもできた
I was just thinking how pretty you are now, Miss Tosaka. It's like you shed your skin, or you've grown up. Did you meet anyone nice over there? Anyone nice? Why do girls always end up talking about this stuff? And she's weirdly perceptive.
なんか手応えありどうなのよ花のロンドンでしょこうパーッと出会った瞬間に謎の組織に追われて手をつないで大脱走残り10分あたりでロンドン橋が炎上してキスしてお別れとかしちゃってたら承知しないぞ
Sounds like I was right. How's London? It's a city of flowers, right? You know, you might have a chance to encounter. Get chased by a mysterious organization while holding hands and, with only 10 minutes left, share a farewell kiss under the burning bridge. You know?
いえ、別にそういうことはないです。
No, it's nothing like that.
じゃあいい話は一切なし
Nothing to share at all then?
そういうわけではないんですが。
Not exactly.
まあ、できそうというか、できないというか。
I mean, maybe there is someone and maybe there isn't. I can't help but give a half-hearted answer. I've accepted some invitations of that kind and would like to have a research partner soon. But I just can't get serious about any of them. When I try dating guys, my thoughts always go to some other idiot and I cannot concentrate. Every day I've been racking my brain about it. I hate to admit it, but I might actually be head over heels for him. No. No way. Can't be. Nuh-uh.
あ、さくらちゃん
I shot upright in my seat. Sakura looks confused. Oh, she hasn't changed at all. Her hair has got longer, right?
はい。元気だった、さくら。
Hi. Everything good, Sakura? Sakura nods. Her face lights up.
おかえりなさい、姉さん。元気そうで嬉しいです。
Welcome home, Ne-san. I'm happy you look well. And she celebrates my return with a radiant smile. We spend an hour together. We trade stories about things that happened in the year I have been gone, and happily chit-chat about silly things.
そっか。さくら、もう卒業したんだね。それで進路はどうするの？うちに来るなら私から紹介状でっち上げるけど。
Huh? You already graduated, Sakura? What's next? I can get you on my recommendation if you want to come over.
そうですね。嬉しいけど遠慮しておきます。
I appreciate it, but I think I'll decline.
今はこっちでやることがあるし、勉強なら見てくれる人がいますから。
I have something to do here, and there's someone I can study under too.
手紙にあった綺麗な後釜か。まあ人のいいじいさんみたいだし、うちに来るよりはマシだろうけど。
Curious replacement you wrote about, right? He seems like a nice old man, and it's probably better than going to London.
たまには外に出て冒険してみないとダメになるわよ。
You should still go out and adventure sometimes.
ただでさえあんたは怠け性なんだから、教師は生きのいいのじゃないと。
I know you like to sit around at home, so you need a lively teacher.
それなら大丈夫です。ダイダ、すごく厳しいから。
Oh, I'm fine on that front. Ryder is incredibly strict.
ちょっと怠けるとですね、すっごく怖い顔するんです。
If I slack off at all, she makes a super scary face.
ああ、いや、そりゃ怖いでしょう、彼女の本気は。
Yeah, that does sound scary. She got mystic eyes of petrification after all. If she got seriously angry and used her power, it wouldn't stop just at her close. Wait. Miss Fujimura looks a little down.
藤村先生。
何？ごめんなさい、聞いてなかった。
What? Sorry. I wasn't listening.
いえ、そういうのではないのですが、急に黙り込んでしまったから気になって。
No, it's not that, but you suddenly went quiet, so we were curious.
あ、うん、ちょっとね。
Oh, yeah.
さくらちゃんと遠坂さんを見てると、シローのこと思い出しちゃって。今いればすごくラッキーなのに、あの子ったら肝心なところで損してるんだから。
When I watch you two, I reminded of Shiro. He'd be incredibly lucky if he were here right now. But that kid always screws up at when it counts.
ああ、帰り遅いよね、シロー。いつになったら帰ってくるのかな。
Oh man, he sure is late today. I wonder when he'll be back. Miss Furimura holds a cup of tea staring out of a window. Her eyes look distant. She gazes out at the pleasantly cloudless blue sky.
あれなんか変な雰囲気になっちゃったわね。
Oh, I just made things awkward.
私のせいかなとか。
I guess that's my fault.
そんなことないですよ。藤村先生が先輩の話をしてくれるのは嬉しいです。
You didn't do anything wrong. I'm happy to hear you talk about senpai.
ダメよ、さくらちゃん。さくらちゃんにとってシュローはもう先輩でも何でもないんだから。
Come on, Sakura. He isn't your upperclassman anymore.
ま、それはともかく。急に体を動かしたくなったから、道場で素振りでもしてくるわ。
Anyway, I suddenly want to move my body, so I'm going to do some drills in the dojo. Miss Fujimura excuses herself. Maybe she's trying to be polite. Now then. I'm happy she's being considerate, but it's going to be hard to make small talk now.
まあいいか。こっちまで気を使うことないものね。
Well, fine. She doesn't need to worry about us, though.
聞いておくべきことは聞いておかないと。
I might as well ask what I need to.
で、さくら、あんたの方はどうなのよ。あれから2年、なんとかやっていけそう？
So, Sakura, how are you? It's been 2 years. Are you getting along all right?
はい。少しずつですけど、いろいろなことを素直に受け止められるようになりました。罪の意識で潰されるのは逃げなんだって。
Yes. It's taken some time, but I'm coming to terms with a lot of things. I know that letting my guilt crush me is the same as running away from it.
私は私のできることをして少しずつ頑張っていこうと思います。
I'm going to do what I can and try my best bit by bit.
そっか。ちょっと見てきたけど街も完全に元通りだものね。2年前の傷跡は消えていて、おかしな事件ももう起こらない。
Alright, I looked around earlier. And the town looks completely back to normal. The scars from 2 years ago are gone and strange events don't happen anymore.
私の役目をさくらに押し付けて教会に行っちゃったけど、それはそれでよかったってことか。
I pushed my responsibilities on you and left for the association, but maybe it was for the best.
はい。姉さんの代わりは大変でした。おかげでこの1年間、ずっと強くなれた気がします。
Yes, it's been difficult filling in for you, but I think it made me a lot stronger this past year. She must mean mentally, not magically. Yeah, it's better for people to act than to sit in their worries.
けど、そういう姉さんはどうなんですか？なんか、いろいろゴタゴタしてたって聞いてますけど。
What about you, Ne-san? It sounds like you've been having some trouble.
私？ゴタゴタしてたって言えばしてたけど。
Me? Yeah, I guess I am when you put it that way. Where do I even begin? Looking back, it all started 2 years ago. The Holy Grail War. 2 years have passed since Sakura and I got involved in the war. The Greater Grail collapsed and the foundation of the Holy Grail War disappeared. Quest for the Holy Grail in this land was sealed off, and Fuyuki finally returned to peace. It did, but not for me. A string of incidents happened on Mage territory. The land of Fuyuki belongs to the Tosaka, but that's only with the approval of the association, so it doesn't completely belong to us. It's a cardinal rule of a mage association to keep all mystics hidden, and we shattered it. First, the collateral damage of a Holy Grail War was enormous. Second, the master sent by the association was assassinated. And on top of it all, the association detected the swirl of a root. Well, the first two were Kiryu's responsibility, and he was the overseer sent by the association, so we had that excuse. But we couldn't do anything about the third problem. The Holy Grail caused a gate to appear. Rituals concerning the root are under the purview of the Mages Association. From their point of view, we basically committed a war crime. Isn't that the point of Holy Grail War? One day, something resembling a swirl of a root was suddenly detected in the Far East, and while we were being happy and surprised, it vanished just as suddenly. The people in charge were plenty pissed that the gate was opened, but they really wanted to tear us a new one for letting it close after it succeeded. Oh. And so, while I was struggling with a mop-up, they brought me to the heart of the association in London, England. That's how I stood trial in a meeting room housing about 300 people. They told me how the lords of each department would come, how stray mages would come to pick up the pieces of the Tosakas after my sentencing, and soon on, bit of a dog and pony show, if you ask me.
私もここまでか。こうなったら教会と反目している中東圏に逃げ込むか、日本で徹底抗戦だ。
Guess it's for me. That's it for me. At this rate, my only options are to be a fugitive in the Middle East, where we're hostile to the association, or fight to the bitter end in Japan. That's what I was ready to do. And when I was readying my escape, I learned that God give just as He take away. At Rin Tosaka's incident hearing,
いや、弟子の不始末は私の責任でもある。
No, no, I bear responsibility for my disciples' misconduct as well. An old man, just a little more senior than the people in charge, showed up for the first time in centuries and cleared me of all charges. Oh, the Zeltrek guy who made the Jeweled Sword. Of course, he didn't take any punishment on my behalf. The world of mages operates on equivalent exchange, give and take. And the old man said, of all things,
よかろう。では弟子を取ることにする。享受するのは3人までだ。各部門協議の末、見込みのあるものを選出せよ。
very well. Then I will take apprentices. I can teach up to 3 students. All departments are to present their candidates after this conference. He dropped an utter bombshell. I mean, a missing magician appeared and said he would take apprentices. The conference was in chaos. They stopped caring about an insignificant bug like me and went scrambling for days and nights to select candidates. It was a huge commotion. Then the old man turned to me while I was standing there as awestruck and
お前の国の言葉だったな。遠坂は最も目のない教え子だったが、わずか6代でたどり着くとは。
I believe a kite has given birth to a hawk. In an expression from your country, Tosaka was my least talented student. But to think you would reach it in a mere 6 generations. Graced me with that remark.
何のことでしょう、大師父。
What do you mean, Grandmaster? I asked timidly. After all, I thought he would kill me if he noticed me. Magicians don't leak their magic to other people. My instincts told me that they would ruthlessly eliminate those who approach their miracles. But you should never underestimate your enemy. The gemstone grandpa patted me on the head and complimented me.
連中を利用してやれ。ここは窮屈な場所だが、道具だけは揃っておる。
Take advantage of them. This place is stiff and constrained, but it is well equipped. As expected of a Grandmaster. Being someone who travels to all kinds of parallel worlds, he's open-minded. Yeah, to tell the truth, I can recreate the Jeweled Sword. I understood the blueprint and the theory during the battle, so if I have enough time and resources, I can make an imitation of magic. Still, I'd need serious funds to pull it off. It's more than I could gather in a year or two. No, a decade or two. And that's how I got off scot-free. I even got a free ride to the clock tower on top of it, after I graduated high school and made Sakura the administrator of Fuyuki, and promptly left for London. It's been a year since then. Life at the clock tower has been an ordeal, but like Sakura, I'm very slowly expanding my own territory.
そうですか。それで姉さん、エミヤの家、先輩のことは。
I see. So, Nesan, the Emiya house, the matter with Senpai is...
問題になってないわ。
It won't be a problem.
報告にはあげてないし、キレイも巻き込まれて死亡した一般人としか記録してなかった。幸か不幸か、あいつのことを知っているのは私とあなただけってこと。
I haven't reported it, and Kiri only marked him down as a regular civilian casualty. For better or worse, we're the only ones who know about him. Mood's a little heavy. After the battle, I survived thanks to Ryder carrying me and Sakura to the surface. Ryder took me back to the Tosaka house, where I replenished my magic energy. As long as I have magic energy, the Tosaka magic crest will keep me alive, whether I like it or not. I couldn't eat for a while, but I recovered quickly. Sakura had to deal with the after effects of being connected to Anya Manyu. And well, she was hopeless for a while once we once he was gone. She didn't panic, nor did she brood. She kept pretending everything was fine. Like he would come home someday. To be honest, it would have been easier for me to treat her if she'd snapped instead. But it's all in the past now. Life has slowly changed over the days and months. Sakura graduated and said she'd stay in Fuyuki for a while. I'm going to use up all of my vacation time here. I have to go back to London in a week. What did I expect when I came back to see this house? For a year. No, for 2 years. So much has happened here. My memory goes back a year, but I actually spent a lot of time here before I graduated. Is that why? Did I think that if I turned to look at the kitchen, he'd be standing there, holding a kitchen knife, with a bored expression? The rookie mage who got caught up in the Holy Grey War. He fought to the very end and won, and for his trouble. I'm home. Sorry everyone. Guess they asked me to drop some offerings off at the worshipper's house, so I got sidetracked. He ended up looking totally fine. Shiro comes in to the living room carrying a vegetable mountain of shopping bags. Of course. Our eyes meet. Hey, you're looking pretty sweet. Swell. No, I'm gonna laugh. It's obvious that he took a deep breath in the hallway and is trying his best to play it cool.
久しぶりね。相変わらず抜けてるみたいじゃない、そっちは。
Long time no see, and you're looking pretty out of it as well. As always. Wait, why am I saying the same thing back to him? Now Sakura is giggling at both of us.
先輩、無理して強がってると余計姉さんに笑われますよ。まあ、姉さんも同じように意地を張ってるからおあいこですけど。
Senpai, you just make Nesan laugh more if you force yourself to act tough. But she's being just as stubborn, so it's only fair. Now she's saying something crazy, scary. I'm not forcing anything. Tosaka's family is so it's perfectly normal for her to be here. It's nothing special. Still, came in holding a massive amount of groceries. Good grief. Why'd you buy so much? I can't finish it all, dummy.
そうね。緊張して損しちゃった。こいつなんにも変わってないし。
Yeah, I don't know what I was nervous for. This guy hasn't changed one bit.
はい。先輩はなんにも変わってません。
Yes, Senpai hasn't changed at all. Oh, he's making that face that says he got something to say, but decides not to bother. Sure, whatever. Tosaka, you're staying over for dinner tonight, right?
ええ、泊まる気満々だけど。
Yeah, I'm sleeping over actually. Okay, then take it easy. You must be tired from your flight. I clean up after dinner, so you just enjoy tea with Sakura. I bet you have a lot to catch up on. Goes to the kitchen and puts on an apron. It's a place he's always been for the last year. No, half year to be exact. A sight burned into my memory.
ありがとう。お言葉に甘えるわ。
Thanks, I'll take you up on that. Good. Oh, and welcome home, Tosaka. I wasn't worried one bit about you, but I'm glad you haven't changed.
ええ。ただいま、エミヤくん。そっちもいつも通りで嬉しいわ。
It's good to be home, Emiya. I'm happy to see you, same too. When the master of his house briskly prepares dinner for a freeloader. Well then, guess I look forward to seeing how much he's recovered in the last year.
調子良さそうじゃない。一時はどうなることかと思ったけど、あれなら相手が誰であろうとバレないかな。学校の方は問題なし？
Oh, he looks like he's doing well. For a while I wasn't sure what would happen, but nobody would be any wiser now. Did everything go okay at school?
おかげさまで一緒に卒業できました。
Yes, we graduated together thanks to you. Alright, and I probably don't need to step in anymore. Sakura never needed my help to begin with, but hopefully I was helpful in filling a leave of absence with school. And something things over with Miss Fujimura. And smooth things over with Miss Fujimura. And if you want to know why he's alive, it was only possible through magic. Shiro Emiya's body was completely destroyed. His magic circuits were thoroughly wrecked by Archer's arm invading his body and projecting past his limits. It was a death beyond even the power of a Holy Grail to heal. The reason he's so hale and hearty now is because with Shiro standing there is a copy. No, that's not accurate either. Shiro's body died. The Holy Grail couldn't have rescued his dead body. All the Lesser Grail, all Ilya could do was a mystic called the Third Magic. She used that to revive his soul somehow. She brought him back and gave him an undamaged vessel. You might think that sounds crazy, but that's the Third Magic for you. I'm not talking about transferring a spiritual body or a mind alone into someone else's brain and controlling it. When a soul materialized by the Third Magic gains a body with human functions, it can completely remake it in the soul's image. Not the DNA or the flesh, but the soul apparently. Ilya rescued Shiro Emiya by reviving his soul and placing it in a raw body that hadn't become anything yet. But it was an incomplete body, so Ilya's Third Magic wasn't the same level as the original, I think. A few days after the cavern collapsed, Ryder found Shiro looking a little bit different than he used to. Okay, she didn't find him so much as she plucked or maybe pinched him from a rubble. It was a shock at first, to be sure, and it left me wondering how it was even possible. But when I think about it, when Shiro's cooking in the kitchen, he's being remote controlled by his living soul, allowing him to interact with our world. Things like memories, the brain, and magic circuits actually aren't located in the body, but the soul. Meaning that the vessel is no more than a motor function terminal, while the control system sits safely untouchable on the other side. Still, the first 6 months were repeated trial and error. He isn't a plant that will grow if you water it, nor are there any blueprints for him like the homunculus would have. In the end, we sold the entire Marto library to the association and brought a body that a renowned puppet master had left behind, getting him to where he is now. I hope this doesn't give you the wrong idea. Shiro is just a human, as we are. He can get surgery at the hospital, medication works on him, and he'll die if he's killed. When a body is imbued with a soul, it enters a fixed state in exchange for recreating that soul. In other words, he's like a servant that can operate without a master. The only difference is that he's living in this era. We grow, we go to heaven when he dies, and he'll make us delicious food. He's the same Shiro Emiya I've always known.
でも元が中古だしな。何人か腕のいい人形師を当たってみたんだけど、今の素体よりいい出物はなかったわ。
Still, it was good used goods. I hit up some other skilled puppeteers, but none of them had any bodies as good as this one.
あの素体を作ったっていう人にお願いしようともしたけど、その人封印指定を受けて教会から逃げ出したんだって。見つけるのは骨でしょうね。
I wanted to commission the creator directly, but she's on a run from the association after getting a seal designation. It'll be a pain to track her down.
そうですか。けど先輩は今のままで問題ないって言ってますよ。魔力の通りが悪いだけで、あとは前よりいいくらいだって。
Really? Senpai says he's fine with his as he is, well. His magic energy circulation isn't good, but everything else is better than before.
その
Sorry.
私もそう思います。
I think so too. No matter how good the body is, it'll be overwritten by its soul, so there might be parts that don't work as well. I don't think it would exceed the original's performance though.
ちょっと待った。
Hey, wait. What's Sakura blushing for?
さくら？そのですね。私もやりすぎかなって思うんですけど、私の体がまだその。
You see, I thought that maybe I was overdoing it, but my body is still, That's what she meant. I heard that Sakura's body is still feeling the after effects of Anya Manyu. She may have severed the contract with Anya Manyu, but she's still a Holy Grail. In fact, she's still connected to the other side. That enormous magical energy floods Sakura's body, so she needs to vent it every once in a while to maintain her body. Without a greater grail, Ryder can remain in the world thanks to Sakura's magical energy. But that still isn't enough to use it up, so she has to be giving the access to Shiro. Shiro's current body has few magic circuits. It's true that without Sakura's help, it might start to revert.
いろいろと込み入ってるのね、あなたたち。
You two are really going at it, huh?
はい。前途多難です。
Yes, it's been challenging. Although I'm sure it poses a lot of problems to living a normal life, Sakura's constitution gives her a huge advantage as a mage.
考えてみればすごいパーティーじゃない、私たち。
Wait, if you think about it, we're a pretty impressive party. Shiro is a successful case of a third magic who will be able to master his reality marble with proper training. Sakura can use a portion of her Holy Grail's power. Ryder's just plain cheating. And I can more or less imitate the second magic. To be blunt, we are invincible. I want someone to start a Mages Association tournament. I don't think there would be prize money if we swooped it in and took first place. An easy 500,000 pounds, of course. I'm Japanese, so no tax, please. Perhaps I'm actually considering it. When I'll be truly free and all of my dreams will come true. I use the funds to reforge the jeweled sword and say goodbye to that dreary place and come back to this town. Then I'll be able to do this again.
まあ、無理か。人間地道が一番だし。
Guess not. It's best to earn an honest living. I gave up on the idea completely. It sounded so easy, to be honest. I like my current life, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it changes. Besides, I can't stay away forever. I couldn't possibly live a peaceful life in this small, peaceful town, with all the potential troublemakers around.
姉さん、なんか今邪悪な笑みをこぼしてましたけど。
Hey son, you're making a rather wicked smile.
そう勘がいいわね、さくら。
Oh, I am? You've got a sharp sense, Sakura. I stand up from my seat cushion. This is no time to laze around. I'm only here for 7 days. I'm not going to waste an important meal.
シロ、手伝うから今度貸して。英国仕込みの腕前見せてあげる。
Shiro, I'm going to help you, so let me use the stove. I show you the skill I picked up in England. I shoot down his objections. I start to grin, fantasizing about stealing the show entirely, and put on an apron they keep ready for me.
さて、
Let's see. I roll my sleeves up and go to the kitchen. But before that, I remember what I wanted to confirm the most when I came back home. It's been 2 years. I turn to my gentle grown-up sister.
さくら、幸せ？
Are you happy, Sakura? Yes. The full-faced smile is perfect in every way. That alone makes coming home worth it. And so, I share in some of her happiness and look up at the blue sky. One day, winter ended and spring came. I noticed that cherry blossoms cover everything outside, leaving no vestige of those cold days. We've gained enough to balance out what we've lost and settled our accounts. So, our story in this town is over, but our story is just beginning. The credits will roll in the far, far future. For now, tomorrow's weather looks good. And my break has just begun. Let's embrace a new day and a new future. In my mind, I see a vision of ourselves leisurely walking down the hill. Now, let's go see the flowers this year, just like we promised. So the winter went by and spring came along. Nature is in full bloom and there's nothing left to that reminds you of the hard cold days. Stash away both what you lost and gained from life, continue on. Now then, the story that unraveled in the town has reached its conclusion. New stages and people are waiting for us. And well, that was the true ending. And there's only one thing left to do. Doing the Tiger Dojo stuff, but you can consider this the real last episode. Other stuff will just be a big joke. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I really did. I really liked this version of the ending, but I don't really remember the anime adaptation, but damn. That tied everything together. The other endings will leave you with like a sense of but there is in the other endings there's still a lot of things that are not finished, a lot of loose ends and stuff like that, but this really deals with everything. Yeah, sadly Elia is not there, but well, in this route finally Sakura gets some much needed attention, and where Rin also gets a satisfying end, and the other characters also where they have an ending to their character arcs. Well, Zoken appeared only in this route, but Kira did with that last scene. So, yeah, I'm satisfied. Then. Yeah, I said it in the last episode, and I will say it again. It was worth it reading this. I have like almost 190 hours in the visual novel, according to Steam. Maybe a bit of it was like being AFK and leaving the game open, but it was pretty long. And I'm really happy I did this. I'm also happy I did started this YouTube channel, even if it's not anything special or something like that. But I wanted to do it, and I will continue doing it. And like I said, this is not the end of my channel. I will keep on going. I'm aiming to cover like other Type Moon stuff, and even some other stuff I have I think of doing, like proper videos, and not only reading visual novels or playing some games or stuff, like just videos about how I feel about stuff, and about like, well, media, mostly anime. But yeah. And my next goal is to dive into more of in the Fate universe, like covering the Witch of Holy Night visual novel that came out like 2 years ago. That is also in the same universe as Fate Stay Night and Fate Zero and the whole Fate stuff. But it's not about the Holy Grail or anything, but I don't really know what's happens in there because I haven't read anything about it, or because there's no anime adaptation. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. It's been me, Shokimo, and I will see you in the Tiger Dojo stuff, but I hope I will see you in my next project. Until then, goodbye. Oh. Forget that. Look at this beautiful ending screen, and well, yeah. Last episode. I think that's for a different time then. Anyway. I'm gonna end this video here, and I will do a video about the last episode. I don't really know what that is, but I guess we're not done. See you.